Let's look at problem 32 of chapter 4 right now. This is an interesting one. We've got data from a factory where they're doing some manufacturing and they have a lot of accidents. This is not good. It's not good when your workers are hurting themselves, especially if they're hurting themselves seriously, and especially if it's something that can be done to if there's something that can be done to prevent these accidents. So the prompt says an industrial psychologist observed 8 drill press operators for 30 working days. So a drill press is this machine where a drill comes down, and typically drills into a piece of metal. It can be perfectly safe unless something goes wrong. So there's 8 drill press operators. She recorded the number of times each operator pressed the faster button instead of the stop button. That sounds like a problem. You should, if you want to press the stop button and you press the faster button, I could see how that could cause problems. Often they pass the faster button rather than the stop button to determine whether the design of the control panel was contributing to the high rate of accidents in the plant. Oh, putting those buttons right next to each other, especially if they're the same color, that could be a problem. So we're given the scores, the number of errors that each of these uh, drill press operators has made during the 3 days. So let's label a column errors, and we have 4, 7, 0, 2, 7, 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that looks like the right answers. Now so let's make this into a table. I will select the top. I'll go to Insert Table. And it says, is that my table? Yep, that's what I want. And the table has headers. And there we have the tables. Now we're supposed to calculate the mean, the median, the mode, the range, the standard deviation, the variance. Let's let's calculate all of these things, and we're going to do this with the data analysis tool. So hopefully you have the data analysis tool installed. Data analysis. We want to do descriptive statistics, and the input range, I'm going to include the title, so that'll show up there. So G3 to G11, grouped by columns, label in the first row, output range. Now I got to click into the output range because the cursor went back up to the input range. And I'll put it over here. And I want the summary statistics. So remember to click that one or it won't give you any results. And I do OK. And it gives me a bunch of info. Let's make the columns a little wider. Let's go to home and get rid of all those decimal points. So let's change it to number. Okay, we can make that a little more narrow now. And we're looking for the mean. Okay, so let's highlight that. I selected those 2 cells, highlight it. We want the median and the mode. So all 3 measures of central tendency. So what do we have here? Ooh, the average person made 4.5 errors in the 3 days. The median was 5. The mode was 7. Ooh, those guys are. If you were doing that several times a day, I could see how you may have an accident. Okay, so these errors are occurring fairly often. And we've got the standard deviation. And so that's this one. Now that's a standard deviation for the with the denominator in the n. The variance here would be the standard deviation with n minus 1 in the denominator squared. The standard deviation and the variance is the last thing that we get that we look for in there. So we've got the did it ask for the range? Yeah, it did ask for the range. So the range here now, it's not the 0 to 7 that we would often report range as. It's actually 7 minus 0 that's being reported here. So those are the 0 to 7 can be seen from the minimum and maximum. So that's how we could do this very quickly with the uh, data analysis tool.